Hi, killing two birds with one stone today with this video. I'm going to be smoking a 14-pound brisket, and also I'm testing for the very first time with a cook at least the Stoker I bought from Rock Barbecue for my smoker. If any of you guys don't know what that is, it's basically an electronic device that controls a little fan that feeds the oxygen to the cooking chamber on the cooker to keep the temperature more consistent. So we're going to see how it works on a really long cook. 14.23 pound brisket, and I'm going to be cooking it at about 1.5 hours per pound. So it's going to be a long cook. We'll see how it goes. Get started. Alright, I'm not going to beat this part of the video to death. Again, a little over 14-pound brisket. I've already trimmed it. Basically all I did was remove the hard fat and some of the fat, the hard fat that is underneath the point, separates the point from the flat, just to kind of bring down the height of the point a little bit, helps cook it a little bit more evenly. All I have here is basically an au jus, kind of a mixture with beef broth and some like porterhouse seasonings, and I'm going to inject this marinade into every square inch of this beef brisket. After I'm done with that, I'm going to put it in a large bag, stick it in the fridge, and it's going to marinate in that for a few hours until I start the cook. I mean, you could do this a day in advance if you want. I'm doing this about 7 hours in advance, so it's going to be marinating for about 7 hours before I start the cook. So anyway, so just stick the needle in and inject the marinade in. 1 injection per square inch. Alright, my pit is all warmed up. Well, it was before I opened the door at least. And I got the brisket on. And I want to show you the stoker that I have. And this is it. The white box is basically electronics for the system that controls the temperature. That little black thing next to it is a wireless game controller, which I suggest you buy because you need that in order to connect wireless to your laptop inside the house. And then, let me see, right there, attached to my firebox where the damper is the fan. And whenever the temperature drops below my targeted cooking temperature, the fan kicks on. So it's pretty cool. And I'll show you the laptop screen. Okay, and this is my laptop screen. This is the Stoker log. Controls and monitors the temperature of the cook. You can see the red line running across the graph. That's the internal temperature of the cooking chamber. And the gray line down at the bottom, that's the internal temperature of the meat. You can see right there where there's the dip, that's where I opened the lid up to put the meat in, so the temperature dropped. And then when I close the lid, you can see the temperature's coming back up to 220. You can see also on the graph here. I think that's kind of cool. You can name what the probes are. You can see the first probe is the cooker, and it's 220.7 degrees right now. And the second probe is the brisket, which right now the internal temperature is 47.1 degrees. My target temperatures are on the right there, 220 and 185. And I'll keep you updated. I noticed just from my test that the Stoker really consistently controls the temperature of that cook. So should be interesting, and for once I'll be able to get a little sleep. Okay, the brisket's been cooking now for 12 hours, and my internal temperature is 175 degrees. I'm now going to foil the brisket, and when I foil it, I'm going to pour a little of the au jus mixture in there and some apple juice, just to again keep it moist. And it'll be on for a few more hours. I'm going to start checking for tenderness at about 185. So I'll give you a peek at the brisket here. there it is. Also, something else that I've been doing is a couple hours into the cook, I added 3 of these disposable loaf pans, and I've been adding water just to keep humidity in the pit. And the stoker's been working like a dream. It's maintained a consistent 220 in the cook chamber since I've put it on here. It's unbelievable. I'd highly recommend the Stoker thing to anybody who wants to do long cooks. So anyway, I'm going to wrap it and get it back on the pit. Alright, a little while ago I checked the internal temperature of the brisket, and it was around 180 or so, and right now it's just below 190, and I checked for tenderness at 180 and it was still not completely ready yet. So I'm expecting it to be ready now. One thing with the brisket is you can't judge your cook on internal temperature alone. The brisket's going to tell you when it's ready. And how you know when it's ready is by the tenderness. You want it to be fork tender. What I do is I take one of these small temperature probes and I just insert it into the brisket, and if it goes in like butter, then it's done. And let's see here, looks nice bark on there. Oh yeah, goes in really smooth, there's no resistance coming out. So it's done. Now, the other thing, because of how briskets are, you can't, predict when it's going to be done, but you can predict when you're going to eat it. So what I'm going to do is just wrap it a little bit better in some more foil, and I'm going to put it in a cooler with some towels on top of it, and it'll maintain this heat for at least 4 hours, safely 4 hours, and we're going to be eating at about 3, so it should be good. To do a little additional test on my the Stoker system that I put on the pit here, I'm going to lower the cooking temperature down to 165, and I'm going to smoke an Italian sausage, just see how it turns out. So anyway, I'm going to wrap this thing up. And here is the end result: the sliced brisket and the burnt ends diced up.